Hello, hello, hello. So today we will speak about,
The notion of happiness, apparently.
well, happiness. Indeed, it's really important to be happy. It's really important to feel well during your day. And indeed, when you feel sad, it's like a day wasted. I mean, now it's absolutely normal to feel, to have up and down in our days because we have feelings, we have different moods, and this is absolutely normal. However, sometimes when we are sad, it's because we are sad for a reason. And if it lasts for too long, well, we are slower at everything. We have harder time to focus. It's not easy to understand others because we have a lot of thoughts. Usually when we are sad, it's because there's something that upsets us, something which is bothering us, and it's not always good. Usually it's not always. Now obviously we have to listen our thoughts, we have to understand why we are sad, and this is the best way to find the path to happiness. But today I believe we just want to speak more about the notion of happiness. So how we can be happier, and also why are we happy, and why at certain amount of I don't know, a certain amount, so during certain moments in the year we are happier than others. Sometimes during our birthday we are happier, during the holiday, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, when we go on holidays, for instance, we tend to be happier. And it's important to identify those moments so we can just increase the chance to be happier and happier. And happy days equal happy life. So what are you thinking about it? So by the way, we didn't introduce ourselves. I don't know what's happening today. It's just because probably we are too much. We just want to speak directly about happiness, which is so important. But my name is Pierre-Henry. I'm your co-host today, and I have my co-host L.
Hi, everybody. I am Elle.
So L, what are you thinking about this topic?
Well, the notion of happiness, it varies among people, to be honest, because some people are actually, actually happy or with the simple things, and some wanted to achieve more, let's say, or to have more in life, let's say.
Always more and more and more.
Yeah.
Like a competition
Yeah, it's like,
or a rat race.
yeah, or like showing off to people. I don't know, like
So not for themselves, but it's because maybe when they were young, they were always the villain, the person where, like maybe the classmates were laughing at them, and now they will have to prove that they can do much better. And they
Yeah.
are better than anyone.
Yeah, I think it's
Maybe.
just the feeling of how people see you, let's say. It
Or
makes you
about
happy.
ego.
Yeah,
Oh
it makes
yes,
you happy.
it's
Yeah.
normal. We are social creatures,
Yeah.
and being liked is something
That is
essential in our life. When we feel liked by others, we tend to be happier. If everybody is saying bad things to us, even when we don't know them, it won't make our day amazing. It won't make it won't make our day. That's it.
yeah, but some people actually need those things far less compared to other people. So for me,
sure.
the notion of happiness
But
depends on others, to be honest. Even I was actually thinking about, is happiness equals to contentment? Like,
contentment.
yeah, contentment is like, I'm content with my day, just having a nap. It makes me happy. So I was thinking,
Just living slowly in the moment and
Yeah.
enjoying the little simple things you can. I don't know why I'm laughing now. The little things you can have in your day. For instance, having a nap. In my case, it's the opposite. You see, so this is really important to know ourselves to increase our happy moments.
Yeah, like knowing yourself, knowing what makes you happy is important. So for me today, it was so hot. Like it's so hot. It's actually summer here in Australia at the moment, and today is actually the first day of the year, 2023. And so
Oh yeah, Happy New Year, by the
Happy
way.
New Year, everybody. But yeah, so it was so hot. I really enjoyed my day outside because it's really good to be out too, but not just staying at home. But then it's like we went to a really cool place, and I just went to the couch and took a nap, and I feel like, yeah, I feel good afterwards. It's like, there's nothing special about it, but it made me really happy, and that's why I think the notion of happiness is just different among people, because some just wanted different things than me. It doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that my happiness is less compared to others, just because, let's say, their happiness is achieving the Nobel Prize. Okay, yeah, that's amazing too, but then
That's a goal, but
yeah, that's a goal. It makes you happy.
It drives them.
It drives them, and it makes you happy.
Yes.
To achieve finally having a Nobel Prize, let's say, makes you proud of yourself. It makes you really happy. But it's like.
But sometimes, in my case, I'm a little bit like this. I believe it's also the education background. But the issue with that, once you have your Nobel Prize, let's say, although it won't come overnight for sure, you won't be fulfilled. You won't be happy. Like you will need after that you will have to do something else, and then another thing, maybe publishing a book, and then it will be having another Nobel Prize, or maybe you will think, oh, actually I didn't win the Nobel Prize by myself, but it was with 3 others, so I don't feel as happy as I should be. Or they were like so close to win the Nobel Prize, but it was someone else. Someone else got elected. And you see, when you have, especially it's important to have goals, but you don't have to think, oh, once I reach that goal, I will be the happiest person, because you won't. Sometimes people say, oh, once I have a house, once I have, once like I'm in a relationship for single people, once I'm in
not in a relationship.
Once I have, it could be two. Once I have a job, once I don't live in my parents' house, I will feel. It will be like already a milestone accomplished, and so I cannot wait for this. Once I'm graduated, or once I'm a doctor, or whatsoever. But there's no end. So you have just to identify the little things that make you happy, and how you can have as many as you can in a day or in a week.
So what you're saying is, like, sometimes goal-oriented things that will hypothetically make a person, an individual, happy, is sometimes a double-edged sword, let's say, because once you reach your goal, it feels like that's it,
Yeah.
Basically what happened to me, actually.
You feel a bit empty.
Yeah, basically
and
what happened to me.
you believe you will be the happiest person once that's done, or like you think, oh, once I have $100,000 in my bank account, everything will be fine. And once that's done, if it does happen, well, you will still do. What does it change? Nothing, actually. And this is why it's really, really dangerous to set your happiness on one material thing. You should just know yourself, prevent the things that don't make you happy, the things that are not really making you happy, but you still have to do it, such as washing your clothes, or washing the house, vacuuming your carpet, and so on. You can maybe do something else at the same time that will change the task to a more pleasant task, such as listening. In my case, is listening podcasts or audiobooks. The other day I was listening. It's so Brian Tracy. He's like he published a lot of books, and I was listening Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, and it was really interesting. It wasn't the first time I was listening it, so I didn't have to focus too much on the book, on the audiobook, but it makes your task more pleasant. I used to have to work like to work for like an hour to go to work, and it's never pleasant. I mean, I love walking, I love exercise. However, I was always listening things that I want to do it anyway. I want to listen to those podcasts. And even before, when I used to live in London, where I had to work a lot, and I was listening a lot of podcasts. I remember I was listening like Tim Ferriss and Anthony Robbins podcasts, and that make the thing that at the first place is not the most pleasant task you have to do, but by doing this, by doing something else you like, by doing the mixture, it will make it more pleasant. The same if you have to work at home, maybe it's not really pleasant, maybe in a co-working space it's not that pleasant either, but maybe if you change the different environment, such as going to a coffee shop, to a cafe, and then you can maybe work in different places. Or maybe if you can even travel at the same time, you can go once to Bali, working a little bit on a cafe with a sea view, so you will see the ocean, the sea and the beach from there. It would be amazing. And then you can go after to Malaysia, and then to the Philippines, and then to Thailand, and so on. And that will be not too expensive, maybe, especially if you have a really well-paid job. And just by changing the environment, your work will become more pleasant because the view will be amazing. You also eat different food, and at the same time you will travel. So you do everything you like at once, especially if you what you do for a living, your job, you like it, but sometimes you feel a little bit bored because of the environment where you are, and you just need changes.
I feel like what you just said was your view of your happiness. And yes, I
It depends
understand
of
that.
everybody,
Yeah,
of course. It was just some
yeah.
examples. Obviously, you can do to make what you have to do happier. But what are you thinking, Elle, about like normal routine, normal chores you have to do? Like you have to do you have to wash some of I don't know, your really nice shirts, and you have to do a hand washing, and you really don't like this. It's just an example.
Well, actually, I do like doing laundry, to be honest.
You like
it's relaxing.
It's like a meditation where you can focus.
It's something you don't have to think about, and you achieve something in a short amount of time, and your house gets cleaned. I don't like washing dishes though, but it's a good
So
idea.
maybe washing the dishes is a better example.
Yeah, it's
you
a
have
good
to wash
idea.
a lot of dishes. How you will make it more pleasant to have? I mean, maybe you have to spend 20 minutes by washing the dishes, and you don't really like doing it, but you want to make this task a really happy task where after you will feel, wow, I was so happy to do it. How can you change it?
Well, before, back home, we do some fiestas where lots of people just visit your house to eat. And there's just lots of dishes, and so we use this really large, not a pail, but more like a flat tub where we could wash all the dishes. And since we were young, my parents gave us the role of being the dishies during this festive season. And so my sister and I were washing the dishes, and we were talking shit about people, to be honest.
That's nice. So at the same time, you are doing it, maybe doing the dishes then with someone else, and talking and having fun while you are making while you are washing the dishes, can make the initial boring task a really pleasant, funny, where you laugh and you play with the water, and you at the same time you do wash the dishes.
Yeah, so sometimes we joke around and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, those mundane tasks, if achieving them in the end, although you feel like this is a waste of time, I don't like doing this, like, but the payoff is really good. 10 minutes of doing something that you don't want to do, in the end it's like, well, it's over. 10 minutes, that's it.
What job is it?
I mean, doing mundane things, doing normal
Oh,
things in your life,
yeah.
like folding your clothes,
Oh, yeah,
washing
I
the
see,
dishes
I
that you
see,
have in
yeah.
there. Those are just less than 10 minutes. And the payoff is actually really good, because when you see your house looking unclean and
I
unkempt,
know it does.
you would feel
Like,
sad
why?
too.
Yeah.
So the payoff of doing a simple chore is happiness, and it's good.
It's yeah.
Yeah, like the process of it might be too painful for you, but for me, I really like chores too, because it's relaxing. It's like I don't have to prove to anybody about what I'm doing, to be honest, because it's just washing dishes. How hard could it be? But yeah, the payoff is really good. It will make you happy in the end. So for me, the notion of happiness is is simple things, to be honest. Nothing much that would well, I have goals, but for sure in the end, just like before, when my goal was to become a registered pharmacist back home, it's just I felt happy at the beginning, but to be honest, I felt more relieved rather than happy. And it's
Relieved of what?
relieved of passing the exam.
All right.
Not about
But
being happy that I passed the exam. So my goals, I do have goals, but then I'm not sure if in the end I would be happy once I achieve them. Maybe I will be relieved. But who am I to say this, Maybe when we have another
hard
podcast
to- yeah.
and speak about things and this comes up and I probably say I was so happy that I passed, stuff like that, then yeah, I
what's
probably...
your other goals if it's not private?
My other goals, well, I have this...
Where you maybe think you might be happy, or maybe not. It's really hard to know, because
Hard to know.
happiness is kind of complex. It's just a mood. Sometimes you don't know why you are not happy. Sometimes you just wake up, and sometimes just a little tiny thing, like just someone speaking to you a bit, like someone a bit tough and being a bit mean with you somewhere, could be even at a restaurant or at your workplace, might make you feeling really unhappy. And a really tiny thing. Sometimes, like in my case, I know obviously a few things that make me happy, but I believe having a healthy life, and like what you are saying, being in an environment, a house where everything is not messy but tidy, and you fold your clothes, you make your bed, you wash the dishes. Well, if you have a house and it's so messy inside, it's so dirty, what's the point? And don't expect to feel so great at home. No, your house should be like a hotel hall or a hotel lobby where you think, wow, I love this place. Should be the same, because I believe the environment also plays to your happiness. The environment where
That's
you
right.
live, the weather could also impact a little bit your happiness. So what you do, the environment, the challenges, and obviously the thing important for me, for you, for me, like in my case, I know waking up late will make me feeling a bit quite deep, quite down, because I will have the feeling I have already wasted many hours of my day, and it's like, wow, now the time to have shower and so on, it will be already 10, and in 2 hours it's already moon. It's it's already midday, and then it's after afternoon, evening, and the day is over. For me, I believe time makes me happy if I use my time efficiently. But again, sometimes what you do during that time don't make you necessarily happy. So it's something very complex. Where
Really
you are, yeah.
complex. Yeah.
So you said, El, you have some projects, you have some goals for this year and maybe the following year, and you are not 100% sure if they will make you happier.
Yeah. Well, achieving them for sure is like
It's an accomplishment.
an accomplishment. It's like a bragging
Yeah.
rights, let's say that. Like, wow, I did that. Amazing. But you know, it's like I'm not sure if it will make me happy in the end. But that's okay. Because what you like now could be different in the future, you know? Like
Yes.
people change, you change. And
Of
so
course.
you know, I think you should focus on the little things that will make you happy, to be honest. Like for me, I like taking naps. For you, you like waking up early. Those are just little things, you know. They're not something big, but then if you do them every day, it will set your mood. Especially yours, if you wake up early every day.
Exactly.
It's like it will set your mood for the entire day. It's like, you know, it's something good that happened to you early on in your life, early on in your day. Let's say.
In your
Yeah.
day, yeah. In my case, I believe if you know one thing that might make you that might already make your day better, do it as soon as possible in the day. So you know, no matter what will happen during my day after, if I get bad news, if I get really busy, if I have an emergency, I have done already the little but really important thing. I knew it will, if I don't do it, I will feel a little bit miserable.
Yeah. And also, I think you shared to me an article about the now moment.
Oh yes.
And I read
that's
some
right.
over there, like taking your life slowly, like walking, not quickly or which I usually do actually. I walk really fast, but appreciating what you see on your way to your work, taking a sip of your coffee slowly and enjoying the moment.
Enjoying everything you do and not always do it like fast.
Yeah, like
Quick.
like, you know, like taking things slow actually and enjoying what you're doing now and being in the moment, not worrying about the future or the past, will actually make you happier too. And because the now is what is existing. Like what you're doing now is reality. Nothing about the future or the past. These are doesn't exist. These things, the future doesn't exist, the past is already gone. So, you know, if you focus on now, on what you're doing now, not thinking about the future, because things always change no matter what you do, that you can't control everything. So I think if you just live now and just enjoy what you're doing now, then maybe it will help you with your happiness too. Because
Yes.
I think that it's important that you live now.
Exactly. Like sometimes we are always thinking about what's next. Oh, only if I brought this, my day would have been amazing. I went on holidays the other day and I didn't bring my sunglasses, and then I think, oh, it's almost perfect. Only if I had my sunglasses, or only if I had my hat, only if, and you will not enjoy already what's in front of you. Or sometimes you are thinking, oh, I'm in front of the Taj Mahal. I want to come back here, instead of enjoying already where you are. You are already thinking of the future, of going back. No, you are here, already enjoy there. The weather is really bad. You are in front of the Taj Mahal. It's obviously an example. And you say, oh, so bad. Why I didn't go yesterday? Yesterday the weather was really sunny, really nice. No, but now it's now. Instead of enjoying already what you have around of you, the wonderful things that already happened for you, you will see what didn't go well. Or I don't know, for some parents, I know they have everything going so well for them. They are a wonderful couple, but they really wanted kids and they couldn't have kids. And then they might tend on focusing on this. They say, oh, we are a wonderful couple, but only if we had kids. Like, you know, let's say now they are 70. And instead of already enjoying everything they had. And that's really important. The wonderful things already what happened. And we cannot have everything. And no one will have a perfect life like how they want to have, because it's not a book. You don't get what you write piece per piece. You will always have surprises, and sometimes it's bad surprises, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be fine with that. If you go somewhere, like you get an amazing coffee and then you think, oh, why didn't go earlier there? No, just already enjoy the sip of your coffee. What you said, L, like you're having a walk, you enjoy the step after step. You are having a breakfast, you enjoy your tea, and then you enjoy your croissant, and you enjoy every bite you are having. Even if there's a fly and then you say, oh, that fly is annoying, and then you try to kill that fly, and you don't appreciate your food anymore. No, just let that fly go. Just try to ignore that fly and focus on the moment.
Yeah, because that for sure would make you more happy. Let's
Oh,
see.
exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will just like you after if someone your friends will ask you, oh, how was your breakfast this morning? You said,
Oh,
yeah,
terrible.
it was okay, but that fly was really annoying. There was flies, and if you just ignore that fly early this morning and just focusing on the food and the really good coffee, you say, oh, that place is incredible. It's amazing, and you will even forget the fly. And
Yeah.
your happiness, you will have directly much more. You will feel happier and better energy, because in my case, what I have noticed, when you are happy, you have more energy to do more, and the happier you are, the happier you will be. The sadder you are now, the sadder you will be, because if I'm a bit sad in the morning, everything will go bad, because I will not smile, I will feel a bit depressed, I will be a bit shy, and I will lose opportunities too. If you are happy, by definition, you will be luckier, because you will smile more, you will say you will be more likely to say yes to new opportunities. You will be less negative, like, oh, there's a job offer, oh, of course it's for me, I will apply. But if you are feeling a bit down, you say, oh, then you will see all of the negative things that might happen. Oh no, that job is not me, it's not for me. And I see on the job description, they ask me this and this and this, I will not apply to that job offer. But if you're happy, by definition, everything you will you will the actions you will make, you will do during your day, will be also better actions that will make you, by definition, happier.
Beautifully said, Pierre. Anyways, do you have anything more to add to the notion of happiness?
Well, happiness is not fashion. It's not a thing. You sometimes you see some friends and they look so happy, and no, you don't know actually. It's not what people pretend to be. Doesn't mean they are, by definition.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people outside having a drink, and you think, wow, that person looks so happy. And then actually, when you don't see them at home, they will be actually really different, and they
Yeah,
don't
that's
like
right.
their life. So you should never compare happiness with others, because it means you will compare what's inside of you to what people show from themselves, what's external to others. So just compare your happiness, if you wish, to you yesterday or you last Monday.
That's right. Comparing
It's
yourself to
important.
others is
It's not a
never,
competition.
yeah, it's never good, to be honest, especially with today's technology and all the social
Oh
media.
yes,
And you look at them and say, wow, it's like she
exactly.
has zero fats and she's so tall. She looks
And
like
she
a
looks so
model.
happy. She's so
Wow.
lucky,
But you
and
don't
me, I'm
know.
not there. Sometimes it helps you to motivate you. But yes, like for instance, Instagram, everybody looks so happy, having so much fun. But no, this is just what they want to show. It's not who
Yeah,
they are.
that's
And
right.
even for yourself, it will. It's like you lie to yourself. You see what I mean? Like people will think your life is perfect, and then you will think, oh, no one is understanding me because they believe everything is amazing for me, but it's not true. But actually, what you show to people is the opposite. It's
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm so happy. And indeed, usually when someone asks you, oh, how are you? How do you feel today? You say, oh, fantastic. I mean, people sometimes nowadays they tend to say, oh, not too bad, which means, oh, actually, I'm having a bad day. But it's harder to say, oh, my day is horrible. I feel so dumb. I'm a loser. I, I'm so stupid. No, people will not say that. When like, I don't know, you go somewhere and someone, a colleague of you, ask, oh, how are you? Oh, terrible day. I feel so bad. I feel so dumb. I feel just the worst of the worst person. No, you say, oh, good. Because I think it's a natural reaction, but also to be accepted to others. We have this as a human nature. We want to be accepted by others, and again, like what we said, what we have discussed at the beginning of this podcast, we like to be liked by others. And if we say, "Oh, my day is fantastic," it's easier to be accepted by others. If we say, oh, I'm just a loser, well, maybe it will be a bit harder to make more friends. I mean, I'm not sure, it's just my perception. And this is why, as a human nature, we want to be accepted to different tribes. Although nowadays we don't really have tribes, but it's a little bit the same. And maybe also it might be from our education. We have education background, the way how we grew up as a kid. But yeah, it's. I believe. What do you think about it?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. It's like having a safe response is good for when you were asked like
But you
how you
should be
going, you know?
careful not to fake it for yourself, to give a bad perception of what you are having now. It's important to identify. Oh, actually now I don't feel happy. I should act in my life. Like sometimes we are not happy, but we are not that much aware of we are not happy. We know it's not an amazing day, an amazing life we are having, but days pass quickly. Years are passing quickly, even quicker, because wow, now it's 2023, 2024, 2025, and we are not actually, we don't even realize we could have much better life, or life that is better for us, at least. Sorry, like a life that fits better for our personality, for ourselves, for our character, for who we are. And this is why it's important to be aware when we are not that happy, and to question yourself. And obviously, when we always say to others, I'm amazing, I'm fantastic, then when we go home, we don't really ask to ourselves in front of the mirror, oh, hey, Pierre, how are you doing today? Or for you, Elle, you would ask, oh, hell, how I am? Am I fine? Do I like what I have done today? How was my day from 0 to 10? And if we don't like our day, maybe it's our job, our environment, maybe we should just move away or have in a different place. Just for you, maybe L is like living in a small village or city, but like a bit more slow paced, just living in self-sufficient, like as a self-sufficiency, being a self-sufficiency person.
Yeah. Like having a
And
homestead.
yeah, like a hobby farm.
Yeah.
And cooking a bit, but you will not be under pressure because of the society. You will just live well what you want to do. Tonight I want to go a little bit on the beach, and then after I go home, I just enjoy what I have, and I don't worry about the future. And my job is not making me worried about the future either. That's important.
Yeah,
Because
that's it.
sometimes it's not because people say, oh, you should do this. Maybe for you, it's not the kind of life for you. It's not because for someone else, it's that kind of life is like, oh, for me, it's like the happiest life. For someone else, it's probably not the same. And obviously, for maybe, let's say, families or couples who are listening to us, they will say, oh, but we have different kind of things that make us happy. What can we do? Well, we can always find two ways together. It's not because one person found like different things make them happier and others is something completely different. It's actually about ourselves. So for you, L is maybe just having some naps and taking your life easy, like such as cooking a bit and then having a little walk outside. So for someone else, it's maybe, let's say, being a banker or a doctor or being really busy, having companies, being a director. Well, like this is about you, the other person is about himself or herself, and at the end of the day, you are still, you still live in the same house, but obviously your job will be slightly different. But everything is obviously possible. You just have to think of how you can design your life, and it's just what you do in a day that is important. But also for families, you can always, obviously sometimes you have those kind of couples. It used to be a bit more fashion probably after COVID or during COVID. Now it probably is not really a thing anymore, maybe now again, but those kind of families who live in a van,
Oh
a
yeah.
bus, they just buy an old school bus and they renovate it and it's a new home, and so they live there and they travel a bit everywhere. I think there was a couple with two kids in New Zealand doing this, also in Canada. And obviously, if one person really doesn't like that kind of life, it could be an issue, but sometimes it's like, okay, let's do it for 2 years, and then after we do something else for 2 years, and let's see, maybe I will like it. Or maybe if me, it's not really my thing, I prefer to do something else, maybe I can do it in the bus, actually. Like in my case, I'm a software engineer, why not to code in the bus, and you will drive, and after I drive, and you do what you want, and it's always like, it's a bit egoist or it's a bit selfish to say, oh, that won't work, because like there's always a way to make it work. It's so easy. Just finding a compromise option.
Yeah, but with that, I have a bit of an opinion with
Oh,
regards to
of
that.
course, yeah.
I think for a couple that's good, but for children they need stability.
Yeah.
They need a friends in the neighborhood. They need people to, like, small children to play with, not just with their parents, because otherwise they grew too quickly, and that's not good for children. They
They have
need to
to
be
see
children.
some kids.
Yeah, they need
and
to be children. They need to have stability. They don't have to move all the time from one school to the other, because familiarity sometimes is good. And so with if you're single, that's okay. You can do it. Van life actually is being glamorized. You don't know how it is. Like you poop in a bucket,
Oh,
and
yes.
and
You
subjecting
have
a
to be
kid,
prepared for this.
subjecting a kid to that is borderline abuse for me, to be honest. Like, they need something. Like, sometimes it's gonna be cold. Sometimes the car is gonna break down. Sometimes it's gonna be too hot. So the kids deserve better. That's just for me. I work in childcare, okay? So
You know
they
what you are
deserve
speaking about.
they deserve better than that. They need stability. So do it when you're young, but don't subject
Again,
children.
that might be selfish from the parents to
Yes.
their kids.
Yeah, that's just me. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, but van life, if you want it, get a compromise, but don't include the children in it. If you're single, or you're in a couple but no children.
But
Yeah.
anyway, it's just, a
Short term,
short-term
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, if you
And
really
if
want
the other
to.
person really don't want to do it, you can always say, oh, okay, just do it and let me know. And, and after maybe I will be able to come with you. There are always ways to make it work, because if one person is not happy, then I believe that's always...
It's going to make you unhappy too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it will impact everything. Anyway, like, to me, happiness is very important. Like I said, like what we said, obviously mood, our mood is changing. Sometimes we are a bit more down, sometimes happier, but at the end of the day, you want to, like, life is too short to suffer.
That's right. No, yeah.
And life is too short to face your life, like to have your life suffering you just because someone else designed that life for you, but it's not a life appropriate for who you are. Like, for instance, your family, your parents are pushing you to have a PhD, to become a doctor or a lawyer, and this is really not you, but they choose your life for you, and you just want to be a farmer, or something quite different, and it because this is what motivates you, and you're just being attracted to this. Like, every time you go nearby a farm, wow, I love the smell, I want to make cheese, and so on. And that's fine. You just have, sometimes it's not easy, but life is too short. If you don't do it now, there will never be a perfect moment. The sooner, the better.
Yeah, that's right. Act now for all of your desires and dreams, to be honest.
Exactly.
Make yourself happy.
Yes.
Not
Make
the
yourself
others.
happy.
There's no point in making others happy.
Exactly. That's selfish from the others, actually. Everybody is individual anyway.
That's right. Well,
I believe that's it.
see you soon.
Have a happy life.